All right, here we go with the December 14th edition of the Carolina Weather Video. I'm meteorologist Matthew East along with you. Lots to talk about here. Let's get right into it. I'll start off with a look at the Beech Mountain Parkway camera here on this Thursday morning. It is chilly across the region, but not as cold as what we had yesterday. Some snow still on the ground there at Beech Mountain. Now, it was 2 degrees when I was cutting the video yesterday morning atop Beech Mountain, but 23 this morning. But notice the wind, northwest 17 gusting to 32. Pretty windy go of it up in the mountains this morning. You have wind advisories up for many mountain spots and even a high wind warning for Watauga, Ashe, and Allegheny counties. And could have some wind gusts 45 plus miles per hour for a period of time today. There's the Cataloochee ski area web camera looking very, very nice this morning. Look at all the powder on the slopes. Temperature there in Maggie Valley, 33 nearby. And some awesome ski conditions. A lot of powder waiting for you if you have a chance to head up that way. Greensboro tower camera, pretty quiet as we begin the day. Temperature in Greensboro late in the 5 o'clock hour, 34 degrees with a wind chill of 27. And then finally the Charlotte Dowd YMCA camera. Temperature 37, wind chill there at 33 with a southwest wind stirring around. Highs yesterday were chilly, a lot of 40s on the board in North Carolina outside of the mountains, some low 50s in a good chunk of South Carolina. Triad viewing area low in mid 40s, mountain zones in the 30s for the Charlotte viewing area and then 40s elsewhere. This morning there are our temperatures, a lot of 30s on the board, 40s closer to the coast, so chilly but again not as cold as what we had yesterday. Pretty quiet this morning on the radar and the satellite. Locally, you have some snow in Pennsylvania up into parts of the New England states. A little bit of snow in the front range of the Rockies, but a pretty quiet weather pattern across the lower 48. We have this cold front working through the region today, and that's a little reinforcing shot of some cooler air that we'll feel tonight and tomorrow. But no major precipitation chances locally for the next couple of days. Some snow in the Great Lakes in the northeast, some rain building in South Texas. Really, again, no major storm systems for the next 48 hours. There's your chilly air, though, sticking around in the eastern part of the country. So a bit of a windy setup for today. I mentioned those mountain winds. There you see on Futurecast, 8 o'clock this morning, windy go of it, but the winds will gradually relax to some extent as we go through the day. So a breezy day, but manageable out there. And temperatures a little milder in many spots than yesterday. Mountains the exception. You get away from the mountains, though, it's a little bit of a milder weather setup, and then chilly tonight. There's our lows heading into Friday morning. Pretty cold. Friday will be a little bit cooler. Notice some clouds building in as well as moisture kind of increases in this southwesterly flow aloft. There's your highs tomorrow afternoon. Saturday looks just fine. I think a good deal of sunshine for Saturday with high temperatures that look like that. And the timing of our weekend system is slowed down just a skosh here. I think the daylight hours Sunday now probably rain-free. Here we are at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on the European model. Maybe some showers in the westernmost North Carolina mountains, but most of us is going to be Sunday night, lingering into Monday when we have some shower opportunities. You can see that here on the GFS computer model as well. This is Sunday early evening. Most of it still rain-free, but then Sunday night into Monday morning here, a little better chance for some showers. And the GFS still wants to bring another little piece of energy through Tuesday with some showers. I have not completely bought on that scenario, although it does have some support from the Canadian model. For the time being, just kind of going with some intervals of clouds at times. Monday into Tuesday, best shower chance at this point looks to be Sunday night into Monday, but we'll see. All right, longer range ideas. All right, let's start with the European ensemble mean. All right. This is, I'm sorry, let me go to 500 millibars. All right, here's the 500 millibar chart. We've been talking about this for a while now. This pattern that's been around for a week or two breaks down. The big Western North America ridge collapses to some extent. This is Sunday evening. But as we go forward in time, the Western ridge builds up toward Alaska. Now, on the most recent run of the European, and the GFS really too to some extent, the trend has been for the cold air to get dumped as we head toward the weekend before Christmas, more toward the plains and now even the Rockies. And there is the setup then for Christmas Eve morning. That is a warm setup. Yesterday, everything was a little bit further east, and that's still what you're seeing on the Canadian, which I'll show you in just a second. But the result on the European here, there's your 5,000-foot temperature deviations Monday of next week. And then we get out to Christmas morning. That's a warm setup. But on the Canadian, let me show you that. We'll look at 500 millibars in the Canadian, and it's a much different looking scenario. This is valid Friday evening of next week. That is a setup for fun and games in the long range. Cold air, the Great Lakes in the northeast, that would be a setup that I think would favor some wedging. You have a piece of energy hanging back here in the desert southwest that could shoot out pieces of energy or come out wholesale at some point. And then you go out to Christmas morning. And again, that's kind of a setup that looks conducive for some fun and games. You look at temperatures, that is a much more, that's a 5,000 foot setup, by the way, 5,000 foot deviation from normal temperatures. That's a setup that would favor the potential for some winter weather events in the upper southeast. And if I haven't shown you, but there have been numerous recent runs of the GFS model that have had overrunning wedge precipitation events around here, kind of around the Christmas time frame. And I'm not ready to rule that out. Again, the most recent GFS and European, as I cut the video, shifted the whole pattern westward a little bit. If that's the case, we're warm. But if something like the Canadian is showing and the previous runs of the European and GFS were showing come to fruition, even though you might have some degree of southeast ridging, it would be a setup that would put the battleground close enough that you might get some wedging events and some fun and games at some point later in the month. But we'll see. All right, that is it for the latest edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thanks for watching. Everybody have a wonderful day, and God bless.